Coming up on ABC 27 News at noon, 2 men are behind bars after a double murder in Lancaster. Police say it was a random attack. The latest on the investigation at noon. Is crime going down in Harrisburg? The new stats at noon.
Good morning, I'm James Cromwell. Coming up on ABC 27 News at noon, is crime getting worse in Harrisburg, or are things getting better? The mayor and police chief are holding a joint press conference about that right now. Chris Davis is there with the new stats show and how the city plans to keep everyone even safer. Also, 2 brothers killed over the weekend in their own home. Police say this was a random attack. More on what we know about this double murder. And President Trump, is he the latest in his camp to get caught talking about a terror attack that never happened? Harrisburg touts lower crime figures, the reasons behind this welcome drop at 5. Also, a closer look into over-the-counter sleep aids. They claim to be non-habit forming, but there are risks in taking them. That's tonight at 5:30. A highway shooting in Lancaster County ends with the suspect taking his own life. Was it road rage? Details at 5. Plus, the latest on a double homicide in Lancaster. 2 adult teens accused of killing 2 older and disabled brothers. Join us at 5. The risk of store-bought sleep aids at 5. President Lincoln's letter returns to Lebanon County at 5.
Tonight on ABC 27 News at 5, digging deeper into lower crime rates.
Why police think crime is down in Harrisburg and how they intend to keep that trend going.
Presidential history in Lebanon County, the contents of this letter from Abraham Lincoln and why it's now on display in our area. And in Consumer Watch, posting pictures to social media just by using a pair of glasses? Those stories and more coming up on ABC 27 News at 5. Coming up on ABC 27 News at 5, we're getting answers on the apparent random homicide of 2 men with disabilities.
Loving notes dedicated to 2 men stabbed to death. Today we're learning more about the victims.
A cruel note about an autistic child brings out the best in people. A surprise for this young boy. Plus, Oscar Countdown, James Cromwell is back with his annual unique look at the Oscar nominees. Those stories and more coming up on ABC 27 News at 5.
Hi, everybody. Coming up at 5 right after Judge Judy, this winter warm-up could spell trouble.
With the warm weather sticking around, how much time do we actually have left on the slopes?
A girls' court battle allows her on a basketball court with the boys. So how did she do in her first game? And new at 6, another swastika left on a mid-state property. The latest on the investigation and reaction to this anti-Semitic vandalism. Stay with us. Those stories in your full forecasts on ABC 27 News at 5. Coming up in just a few minutes on ABC 27 News at 5. Trouble sleeping at night? Well, you may want to think twice before reaching for a sleeping pill. What a Consumer Report study found about just how safe these meds really are. Here's Lewis with an ABC 27 Traffic Watch.
Hey, Mike, we're watching out for a crash out of Dauphin County. That's happening on 81 South near the exit for Manada Hills. Watch out for that crash. That is slowing things down a bit. We'll have more at 5.
Coming up on ABC 27 News at 7, for the second time in a week, police in the mid-state investigate vandalism involving a symbol of hate. And have you heard of tweet insurance? Why it's becoming popular with companies during President Trump's presidency.
A check on the crime rate in Harrisburg at 11. A caretaker, police say, stole a lot of money tonight.
We stay warm and nearing another record high at 11.
Have you ever looked at Pennsylvania's legislative and congressional districts? Some of them look crazy, likely designed to manipulate who gets power. Well, there is a proposal to fix this, so we're going to have that for you right here tonight at 11. And the weather.
Still very warm here for the rest of February, even nearing another record high later this week. We talk about it at 11.
Continuing coverage tonight of a double homicide in Lancaster. 2 teens charged, 2 disabled brothers killed. What are police saying about a motive? That is right here tonight at 11. And the weather's what everyone's really talking about.
We hit a record high yesterday. I think we can do that again later on this week with highs getting close to 70. We'll talk about it at 11.
Good evening, I'm Alicia Richards. A string of threats against Jewish communities around the country and in the mid-state. Now someone's vandalized a Dauphin County home with a swastika. We'll have a report at 11. Also coming up next, a mid-state mayor is continuing his push to legalize small amounts of marijuana. You're going to hear his reasons. And how many warm days can we get?
I think we're going to be getting a lot more, even nearing another record high later this week. So 50s, 60s, and 70s. Watching the weekend, we'll show you at 11.
Coming right up, the homicides of two brothers in their 60s, two teens under arrest. And we're in West York tonight. What crime the mayor wants his police to be able to ignore. Stick around, the news is next.